Hello everybody, welcome back to Celeste Saturday. I hope you're all doing well, hope you've had a good week. It's been a little bit, hasn't it? At least since the last recording of Celeste Saturday. If you've been looking at the channel, you may have seen that I have been streaming Celeste Saturday recently. I've done it the past 2 weeks. I would have done it this week, but I'm going to be out of town tomorrow. This is a Thursday that I'm recording this on. So I'm going to be out of town for the weekend. I won't have time to stream, unfortunately. I've been very much enjoying it. So I think I'm going to try to keep doing that as a regular thing. But that is something I wanted to ask about real quick. I know I'm going a little quickly here. I really don't need to. I am playing the Chapter 8 B-side here. The Summit B-side. I'm trying to beat all the B-sides, C-sides, all that jazz right now. I beat all the B-sides before this one on stream over the past couple weeks. Again, you should maybe check those out. But also, I wanted to ask if you all would actually like... Maybe... Okay, excuse me, let me rephrase. I'm probably going to keep streaming the Celeste Saturday videos. I enjoy doing that. I worded that wrong. I'm going to keep streaming for Celeste Saturday. Would you like me to edit those down into videos to post maybe the following Saturday? I feel like that would be a bit too much. But in the streaming, sometimes I don't really do prolonged commentary. There will be a bit of a break between me talking. I don't usually talk in the same manner that I would in a pre-recorded video. It's just how it is. So I was wondering if maybe you would like me to take some of the footage from the previous week's stream, cut it down a little bit, and do a short video to post on the next Saturday. Again, I kind of feel like that would be a little too much, having a stream and a video on basically the same thing posted on the same day. But let me know. Get that out of the way at the beginning of the video, so you can put your thoughts to that. But that's pretty much what I wanted to ask. I'm finally back. It's been a good few months since the last recorded Celeste Saturday. I think I did my last one in November. I stopped doing it partially because I was going to do a slightly bigger episode, and then I didn't get it edited by the time I wanted to release it, so I pushed it off to the next week, and then I still wasn't editing it, and kept pushing it off until I did not want to post it anymore, so that was the reason behind that. But I'm back now. I think streaming would also be a better thing to do. The videos aren't as visible on the channel. A problem I had with the Celeste Saturday videos, less so than the Minesweeper videos. The Minesweeper videos just started to clog up the channel after a while. I made, what, 85 episodes? I've made like 30 real videos and nearly 100 Minesweeper videos, so the channel was kind of bloated. But there's a separate tab on YouTube. I don't know why I said tab like that. There's a separate tab on YouTube for streams as opposed to YouTube videos. So that kind of keeps it from just having a ton of stuff on the main page. But let me know if you all want me to make a little cut up of the previous week's stream. I think I would be fine doing that. I've just been enjoying playing it every week. This is something I recorded this week. It wasn't from the last stream. But I enjoyed playing it. Sometimes I forget how good Celeste is, and then I remember how much of a fool I am for forgetting that. Does that make sense? I don't know. It's a really good game. I like playing it. I should play it more often, since I enjoy it so much. But I usually get into it for a few weeks, every few months, maybe like every year. So it's good to be back into it now. Love this darn game, and I hope you are enjoying the gameplay. This was like my first time playing the B-side in a few years. I have beaten all the B-sides before. I've beaten almost every C-side too. I've beaten everyone except I think the core C-side, which was a little too hard for me because you need to hit, I think, 3 wave dashes in a row to beat one of the screens. I may have even talked about this before on an episode or in some other moment, but a little too hard for a guy like me. But I'll see if that's still the case in the modern day, because I'm gonna get to the core C-side eventually, and I'll see if I can beat it. I don't think I'm quite the Celeste gamer that I once was. I was noticing during playing... Did I say that right? I was noticing while playing this B-side that my reaction time is certainly not amazing. And I was also having trouble with the camera. I think this screen took me like 5 minutes. It took quite a bit. Sometimes when the camera moves, especially when it does more of like a big screen move, does that make any sense? It kind of disorients me, and I can't really focus on where the character is on the screen. Maybe that's an excuse. Maybe my eyes are just bad. I think I get like motion blur, like a film effect motion blur in my eyes in real life. How many dumb things am I gonna say this video? Well, we still have about 20 minutes left. This one took me a while. I did record the whole B-side, but I'm just showing I guess the top of the mountain is what it would be called, the summit here, because the rest of the video, it would make it around an hour long. I don't think I can talk for that long, so this is what you're gonna get. This is already still pretty long. Longer than I'd like, but oh well. It's been a while. I have things to talk about, maybe. We'll see if I can remember them. But again, hope you're all doing well. Hope everything is going well for you in the world at the moment. Considering the world seems to not be going great. But I hope you're all staying safe out there. I had to turn my... This is a bit of a tonal shift. Not quite as heavy as the whole world going to hell. Well, maybe a little bit, because the world outside feels like it's going to hell, because it's so hot. Where I've been, it's been like the mid to high 90s every day this week. It's been okay today because we've gotten some rain. I think it's going to rain the rest of the week here, although I'm going to be out of town. I don't know how the weather's going to be where I am going. Hopefully it won't be raining, because I would put a dampen on my trip. But if it is, that's just how it goes. Anyway, I have both my fans off in my room right now, so I think by the end of this it's going to be a little hot in here. So, but I tried recording, I did a little test recording of the audio with both the fans on, and it did not sound good, so turn them off. I think I just hit the desk there. That might pick up on the mic, oh well. Turned off the fans, and I'm going to see if I can last. It's not quite like a hot car in here, but it does get pretty uncomfortable after a while. Especially with the computer on, although just recording this commentary doesn't really heat it up much. It's also 11 p.m. right now, so I'm recording this on a Thursday. Going to hopefully get this done, get it into the video with the gameplay, have it edited, and then I'll have it ready to post on Saturday because I'm going out of town tomorrow afternoon. If need be, I can make some time tomorrow and get this done. I also need to get the thumbnail done. And give me speaking of that, give me thoughts on what you think of the thumbnail. I'm speaking as if... I don't know why I paused here. I think I was checking the time of the recording. Anyway, give me some thoughts on what you think of the thumbnails. It's a little bit different than the style I had for the last 3 Celeste Saturdays back in like November. But I like making these little drawings once a week, so What do you think? I don't know if anyone's even watching these. Oh, doesn't matter. I just enjoy playing Celeste. It was actually quite nice too. I think the last 2 streams I've had at least one person in the chat, so that's good. I tried streaming, I guess I didn't try, I streamed Deltarune. The Jevil fight in Deltarune, the video game, a few weeks ago. It was only like a half-hour stream, but there wasn't anyone in the chat, which is fine. But I just wasn't quite sure what to be saying. I didn't want to speak like it was a pre-recorded commentary like this is, because then if someone comes in, I'm just talking to myself. But I mean, what else to do? I guess it would have been fine. I don't know. I was planning on streaming the Spamton fight also. By the way, Deltarune chapters 3 and 4. I'm sure you're aware. They're out. They've been out for a few weeks now. Still haven't beat chapter 4. Beat chapter 3. I enjoyed it a good amount. I'm just enjoying Deltarune. Let's see if I make it to when the final chapters are released. I might not be alive. Let's hope I am, because the game is quite good. I'm a big fan of a lot of the characters. I don't know. Deltarune and Undertale are they're either a complete hit or a complete miss for me, and by that I mean I don't quite know. What a good commentary I'm giving here. There's a lot of humor in those games that I don't quite gel with. I think can be a little bit much for me. But I don't know. The games are just generally so charming. There's so much effort put in, you can see. They have a lot of really cool ideas that I don't know. I can't bring myself to not like them. And I do genuinely like them though. There's a lot of very interesting stuff in all of them. The reason I said that was because I wasn't sure how I felt about chapter 3. Minor spoilers. There's one of the main characters. You know, I don't need to spoil anything. If you've seen it, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. The art style for some of the characters was a little bit different than how it had been in the previous chapters. I mean, there's a story reason for it, but I wasn't quite sure how I felt about it at the beginning. And I've noticed that's a lot about just Deltarune and Undertale in general. My kind of first go-through with them, I don't know why I stuttered on there. My first time playing them, I'm usually not quite sure how to feel, but upon like replay-throughs, watching stuff about them, I think I enjoy them quite a bit better. There is just so much to take in about the story. All these little hints towards what could be happening. I don't know. It's just a fun game to kind of theorize for yourself what the story is going to end up being. So I'm looking forward to the next chapter, although I haven't even beat chapter 4 yet, so maybe I should get that done. I think that chapter 5 is scheduled to release in 2026, so that's actually not too far away. Better than the nearly 4-year gap for these 2 chapters. But again, it was 4 years for 2 chapters, so it's not so bad. But that's probably enough Deltarune for now. I think I was talking about something else before I interrupted myself. That's usually how it goes. I am kind of very forgetful, and I lose track of my train of thought very easily. And now apparently I'm just gonna stop talking. Oh, I was talking about the time and the weather. I don't know how I got onto Deltarune from that. Whatever. It is it's 11:22 right now, so it's a bit late. I was feeling kind of tired before I started recording this, but I decided to do it tonight. I didn't know if I would have time in the morning, but now I'm feeling energized. I'm with it. I'm watching the Celeste gameplay, which I'm not commentating on, and I'm energized. I got stuck on this part for a bit. I remember the first time I did this B-side, it was maybe like 2019? I don't quite remember. But I got stuck on the first part where it tells you how to wall jump, because I didn't know that to do like the wall bounce, where you dash up next to it and then hold the jump button, you need to not hold that immediately upon hitting the wall. You need to wait a little bit while you're up the wall, and when you then press it, you'll get a, like, the distance you go up is a lot greater. So I was stuck on that for a long time. Honestly, it felt like I was stuck on this whole level in this run through for a while, but we'll see at the end. My death count wasn't actually so bad. It was kind of comparable to the previous B-side, which I felt I was doing okay on. I don't know. I never... It's always fun to see the death counter at the end, because obviously when you have so many over however long it takes you to beat a chapter, especially like the final chapter, chapter 9, you just lose complete track. So it's fun to see that number just tick up at the end after you're all done. And I will be doing chapter 9, which I have never beaten before. I've gotten close. I've gotten to the final screen of it. In fact, I think I was trying to beat it a few years ago. Oh, look, I beat this right now. Here's the flag. But I got to the... Also, this is an embarrassing death that happens here, but you can just watch it. I got to the final screen of Chapter 9 a few years ago, and I looked at it once, and I turned the game off saying, like, I'll come back and do this another day. And it's been about 4 years since that happened, so I think I'm going to beat it now. But that is for another day, because I still need to get all the B and C sides on this. Here, let me do my voice acting for this part real quick. Oh no! Alright, there we go. Now this part actually brought back some memories. I completely forgot about this part in it, and I was very afraid when I saw it again, because I thought it was going to take me like half an hour. But it actually didn't take that long. How much time's left in the video? 5 minutes? Probably took less than that. Not so bad. Again, I'm not the Celeste gamer that I once was. Not in my prime anymore. But sometimes I can have my moments. That was not one of them right there. But sometimes I have my moments. I have barely spoken about my day. Maybe I should have used the whole video. I can fill up a lot of time. But then you'd just be hearing me talk about nothing for an hour. Now you only have to hear me talk about nothing for, what, 22 minutes, 48 seconds? Not so bad. That's just the time on the Premiere timeline, though. It might be a little less than that. I'm wasting time now. I have a little bit to say. I got back from dinner tonight with some friends. Very nice to see them. Went to a pub. I did not get anything to drink. I had to drive home. But it was nice to see them. Got a slice of cheesecake afterwards, not from the pub, from a different place. I gotta be a little more careful with the locations I described to you, because now you're gonna be looking for a city that has... Oh, I just said it was a city. Okay, now you're gonna be looking for a city that has a pub and some place that sells cheesecake in the vicinity, and can be driven around in. So you're basically gonna find my home address soon enough. Alright, I gotta be careful. Anyway, it was a fun night. I had a slice of cheesecake. It was good. It was a little too much. I'm hoping it doesn't tear apart my stomach. I'm not lactose intolerant, but still, cheesecake. I feel like even the greatest individuals it can upset. I had like a slice of cheesecake from a fast food place a couple years back, and it was a big piece. And eating that, even like just halfway through, I could tell that it was gonna be rough afterwards. It was starting to hurt. But I ate the whole thing, and as you can imagine, it was a very bad idea. I did not have a good night after that. But maybe this one will be different. Who knows? But, I mean, we're coming up on the end of the Celeste gameplay so far, even though I keep dying. That's just how it goes. I trust... No, I trust me. Okay, the end is near for this. But not for Celeste Saturday. Again, Saturday evenings usually I'll be streaming. I don't really have a consistent time, but I will try to be doing it every Saturday because I enjoy doing it. So stop by if you have the time. I know Saturday, you all are like party animals out there. You may not have the time, but if you do, stop by. Give me a greeting. I'd appreciate it. And I also appreciate you watching this Celeste Saturday, as rambly as it was, but I believe that's what you come to this channel for anyway. 299 deaths, not so bad. I had a solid 200 on the Reflection Bee side. Almost had that with this. Kind of funny. But anyway, again, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. I don't really have too much else to say here. I'm surprised 21 minutes have gone by already, but it is nice to just talk into a microphone for a little bit and send it out into the world. So, this is that. Alright, have a good week, everyone. I'll see you later.